Hi, this is Simon Chan, and welcome to my No BS, No Hype network marketing training. Recently, I got a question from a pretty new associate, been in business for about 2 or 3 months, and she's actually done pretty decently, better than I had done. She's actually been making $200, about $200 a month, okay, which is way better than I did my first 2 months. So I want to share a few things. Number one is, and I'm not going to write down what I'm not going to read what she wrote. Just go scroll down. You can see everything she wrote. Okay, and this is a couple of advice and I think a lot of the stuff. The reason I'm doing this training because a lot of stuff that she wrote applies to many of you, especially new associates. And the first thing is being shy about talking about the business, not being confident about sharing the business. And that's because of your lack of belief. I think you deep down, you know that this business is great, but you haven't been confidently sharing. Sometimes when you talk to your friends, you say you're evading, not letting them know. It goes back to your beliefs. And I think a lot of people go through that. Some people more, some people less. But one of the important things is work on your belief. There's 4 fundamental beliefs. Number 1, belief in the company, belief in the industry, belief in yourself, and believe in the products. So how to increase your beliefs? You actually mentioned already when you go to your team trainings, you feel motivated. But when you leave the environment, that's when your belief may take a beating, or you're not growing that belief, right? So of course you're not confident. So another thing is you got to work on the beliefs, not just depending on the team trainings, which means reading books and audios all the time, right? The reason I got into it is because I had a weakness of belief. I constantly bombarded it's almost like programming. It's like we have such negative programming from the outside world, from negative things. So you got to do positive programming. Or programming, in other words, like brainwashing, right? You may have negative things. So you got to brainwash your brain to think positive, right? So, reading books like, for example, you read Robert Kiyosaki. He's a very well-known author about financial freedom, and he promotes network marketing. He says network marketing is great to learn about business. It's a great first step to financial freedom, right? So you have all these. I actually read a lot of books, network marketing for dummies, your first year network marketing. The list goes on and on. Every time you read something like that, it increases your belief. You go to company events, go to big events, right? Talk to other successful leaders. You've had successful leaders in your team already, but meet other leaders. So if they are successful, that means this business works, right? Now, of course, it didn't, work automatically for them. It took them some time. So you find out what they did, right? But you got to put yourself, again, if you hang out with people who are negative, 9 people who are negative, I guarantee you will be negative. You hang out with 9 people who failed, I guarantee you will fail. But if you hang with 9 people who are successful, I guarantee you will be on your way to success. Right? It's amazing what happens with the people so your environment, the people you hang around with, the books you read, very, very important. Ask yourself, has others been successful? Others have been successful, so you can be successful, right? We talked about that. Now, time management-wise, I know you're a double major. You have difficulty in finding time to do it. Everyone has problems with time, okay? It's just the limited resource we have. And I'm going to give you 3 tips. I'm going to give you 3 tips, but I also encourage you to go get my Extreme MLM Productivity. I'm going to add the link down there, Extreme MLM Productivity Regimen. I know some of your leaders in your team, they have used it. It's definitely helped them out. Okay, it could be one thing that you learn. I actually share over 30 tips there, but only one tip that makes it that is worth the $15 you spent, right? $15 like a lunch, right? Lunch for 2 people is $15, and you can actually add more time in your day. 3 tips I'll give you right now. Number 1, don't multitask. Turn off your Facebook, turn off your phones, whatever you're focusing on, only do that. Don't multitask. Okay, learn that discipline. Number 2 is plan your day in advance. Plan your day every hour. Okay, this is what I'm doing. This is what I'm planning out, because it's not our desire, it's the distractions that steal our time away. And if I'm certain, like for example, I set a certain time, I'm doing this training, I'm recording, I'm taking the time to do this message for you, right? Because I'm friends with your upline, I'm doing her a favor to help her or her body. So I set the time. I don't care whatever happens, phone rings, I don't care. I'm doing this, and I'm doing it also when I'm productive. I actually thought it out, planned it out. I planned my day. When I went to bed last night, I knew this is what I'll be doing the first thing in the morning to give this message to you because I know it will help you. So that's number 2, plan your date and time. Number 3 is use a timer. I have leaders who have used this. I was just talking this weekend to upcoming superstar leader Jeremy Ryan. He was just saying how that changed him. Being disciplined. Like if you're going to do something, set a timer. Once this time is up, you got to stop. You got to move away from it. It's done. And actually, the urgency will make you do things faster and also better. It's like you're a student, so 1 month before the exam, maybe you're not studying. 1 week before the finals, you are studying hard, right? All of a sudden, 1 week before finals, then maybe 24 hours before the exam, you're picking up so fast. A month ago, you couldn't. Why? Because of the deadline. A deadline, a timer creates urgency, desperation, and we get a lot more stuff done. Okay, use the timer. Like I'm doing these recordings. I have a timer set by a certain time here this morning in the U.S. I gotta stop these recordings, upload, and do something else. I gotta move on. Okay, that will get you much more productive. So those are the 3 things. I share a lot more resources. I highly encourage you go get Extreme MLM Productivity Regimen. Okay, you learn just one thing, be totally worth it. And go get it and let me know how it's helped you. Okay, definitely let me know how it's helped you. I know it's definitely helped out Hermian. One of your fantastic leaders, who was one of my Diamond Mastermind members. But go get it. A couple more things is, talking about your team and how it grows. You attract what you are. Okay, I think you had mentioned about, your downlines. How they're busy and they're very busy. They want to be active, but they're not attending meetings randomly. You attract what you are. If you're weak in a certain belief, your downlines will be weak in that area. We talked about your weakness in your belief. So that's why you got to work on it. If you're weak on products, then your downlines are not going to be into the products. If you're weak in the business, your downlines will be shy to invite people as well. Okay, you attract whatever you are. That's that is the thing. You attract what you are. Okay, so work on the belief. You think about China, just pathetic rich people who have tons of money, but they throw away their health. That is just your perception, okay? When I read that, I laughed because my view is China is a gold mine, and I wish I was there, right? I lived closer to China because, yes, the rich people, there's so many wealthy people in China, and 95% could be what you call the pathetic, who don't care about the health, but 5%, 5 out of 100 would care and would spend tons of money out there. And when you're in a country of 1.3 billion, the 5% is greater than the population in so many other markets, okay? So that is all your perception. It's all the mindset. 2 ways to look at things to determine where your success. You think they're pathetic, then of course you never find the person that's good. I look at it as 95% they don't care, but there's 5% that do care. And 5% of 1.3 billion, or even 5% of 100 million, just say 100 million Chinese are wealthy, can afford it. Okay? Again, we know that 95% can't afford it. But 100 million of Chinese that can afford, 5% of that is 5 million. Hey, that is more than, what can afford in some countries, right? Huge. That's half the population where I live in Los Angeles. That means every other person could buy products. To me, that is a gold mine. You are so lucky. Again, that's like the grass is greener mentality. If I'm here, but if I live there, it would be easier. If I lived in the U.S., Americans would be more open-minded to nutrition. But Americans, even myself, I just shared that with you. We think, if I was in China, there's more people to share with. So the lesson is the opportunities are everywhere. Okay, it's the wrong mentality. You have the wrong mentality. It may be true, but the wrong way to look at it. And the last thing is, downlines, listening to yourself, obeying. It's all about growing. As you grow as a leader, as a person, just watch some of your, leaders in your UFI team, especially the ones in my mastermind members like Hermian, Michelle, Bobby, Sabrina, Catherine. They have grown. As they have grown, people don't just obey them. They want to follow them, right? So that's why you have to work on your self-development, books, audios every day. As you do that, right? And listening to audios could be walking between class. Listen to audios, right? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it's all the programming going in your mind. As you grow yourself, your belief will grow, you attract better prospects, your teams will grow, and your downlines will motivate, they will follow you. They won't be obeying you anymore. All right, I hope this is helpful. It's really a long video, went through a lot of things, but shared a lot of the traps that a lot of new associates go through. So make sure it really is about the beliefs. As you change up here, your business will change. So work self-development, invest in yourself, go work on that time management, and apply that for the next month, and then let me know how it goes. This is Simon Chan. And thank you for watching my No BS, No Hype network marketing training. And remember, we are the profession to help others. So go out there and have a positive impact on someone's life today. God bless you all.